Okay, so now we are going to graph speed versus time for Mr. Wilson. So up here it says the speed, or the second set of data Mr. Wilson wants to graph is his speed versus the time he runs. So let's help him graph this data now. The first thing we need to do is calculate Mr. Wilson's speed using the data we already have. So we already know the time that he ran and the distance that he ran for Monday and Friday. So our speed equation is speed equals distance divided by time. Well, we already have distance and time. So now we just need to do distance divided by time to find his speed for each second. So if you scroll down here, I already have done it for most of the time slots for Monday and Friday. So you can see here the speed for Monday at 0 seconds. The distance, so distance divided by time, our distance was 0 and our time was 0. Well, you can't really divide by 0, so our speed is just 0 meters per second. So if we're looking at 1 second with a distance of 3 meters. So our distance divided by time, distance is 3 meters, time is 1 second. Distance divided by time, 3 divided by 1, our speed is 3 meters per second. Okay, so then coming down here at 2 seconds, our distance was 8, so 8 divided by 2, our speed is 4 meters per second. 8 divided by 2 equals 4. At 3 seconds, we are looking at 13 meters, so 13 divided by 3, looking down here, 13 divided by 3 is 4.3 meters per second. Okay, so now that you see how we've done that, I want to type in this one with you guys. So our speed for this last one, we're looking at 6 seconds. Our speed is going to equal our distance divided by time. So our distance at 6 seconds is 28 meters. And obviously our time is 6 seconds. So 28 divided by 6. 28 divided by 6 is 4.7 meters per second. So that is Mr. Wilson's speed at the end of 6 seconds on Monday. Let's do that same thing. So I did the exact same thing through all of these, just using the distances from Friday. Okay, so looking at 6 seconds on Friday, we're going to do speed equals distance divided by time. Our distance is 30. So 30 meters divided by, again, 6 seconds. 30 divided by 6 equals 5 meters per second. So if we look at that, we can already tell that Mr. Wilson sped up a little bit throughout the week. So we need to come up with a new set of data. So I've already got it filled out up here for the most part. So all we did was we took our time was the same, 0 through 6. And now instead of putting our distance here, we just put our speed. So our speed came from this column down here. You can see our first one was 0, our second one was 3, third one was 4, and so on. So you can see I just copied that data up into this chart. So now we have another one to add. We have 4.7 meters per second at 6 seconds. So up here, we're going to come up and write 4.7. And then I did the same thing for Friday. So the only thing we need to add is our speed at 6 seconds, which was 5 meters per second. So we're going to put a 5 up there. So our data table is all filled out. Now all we need to do is just like we did before with the distance versus time, we're just going to graph speed versus time. So we're going to highlight the entire table, come up here, click Insert, Chart. We are going to rename our chart. So customize chart and axis titles. We're going to come up here to chart title. And this time we are going to call it the relationship between time and speed of run. Okay, and then again, we want to add that vertical axis title. And we will call that speed in meters per second. All right, and there is your chart. We'll just move this out of the way so we can see all of our other data. Let me know if you guys have any other questions.